Hello. We are back for the final time, I'm pretty sure, with PARANORMASIGHT: The Mermaid's Curse. After finishing the main story and getting the true good best ending and whatnot, there were a couple of things left undone that I wanted to tackle today. First off, I want to see what happens, if anything, if I try to call for Sobaya again. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she does kind of respond. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. Well, that's more than I was expecting. But let's see if we can keep getting her to say that. Maybe she'll have some different things to say. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, the same one. Also, I just now am realizing. Okay, I guess it's not throughout the entire song, but I guess luckily just now in that part of the song, this, I guess lots of parts of the song, the ticking clock sound is actually once per second, so you can totally just use that if the appropriate part of the song is playing. Like it's not here, right? Oh, is it? No, not really. But when it's playing, you could use that to time your clicks. Even though, of course, you don't have to have it be exactly 3 seconds, it just has to be at least 3. So you don't really need a timer. But I wonder if that was part of the intention with this song. Like they were like, oh, could you put a ticking clock thing that like plays 1 tick per second in that song at the title screen? No? Well, you're fired then. Get the next guy. Anyway. I think first we need to address the most important thing, and that is finding the bird stickers. And I have no clue where to look for them, so I have already opened up a website which should have all the locations, all of the locations, I guess. I just now gotta look up which ones we are missing. Right, we're missing number 2 and 6. I guess let's just go in order. I guess I'll write them down. 2, 6, 8, 16. Okay. So now, where do I go? Number 2. Okay. Here, I guess, right? Yeah. I guess I don't know where to start. It doesn't say in the guide, so I guess he is fine. I think he should be fine. How did I miss a sticker here? Huh? Oh man, in the shadows, jeez. I'm sure I was looking around. I probably scrolled past this and just failed. Yippee. Alright, already done with that one. Then up next we have 6. Oh, that one's apparently underwater. Okay. Head to the very large stone formation to the left of the bubbling hole. Let's see if I can do that. Bubbling hole is like behind us, yeah, that's probably what they mean, like this thing, yeah. To the left of the bubbling hole? Okay, this thing then. It's supposed to be on the... Wait, what's this down there? Just a shell. It's supposed to be on the other side of this, I guess? Ah, I see a question mark there, but is that the one? I suppose it must be. Unless then this ends up being 16 or 8. Yeah, 16 or 8. Ta-dun! I guess I'll just check. Whoops, no, I didn't mean to do that. I'll just check real quick. Shit, I can't pause. Whatever. F6, F8. What? Okay, no. Number 8 is bullshit. I don't believe it. That can't be true. But it's not here underwater. 16 is not underwater. Okay, so we are done with the diving. But the number 8 can't be. That cannot be. That literally cannot be. But I guess, you know, I might as well just go diving for some other stuff and level up since we're so close to the next level. To the next rank. And here's some nice shit to rank up with. We have the lungs of a whale now. And the swimming power of 2 whales, actually. Oh, and we're dying. Just kidding. Number 6. I guess, wait, if we just go to this, it might take us there, I think. No, okay, maybe not. Actually, wait, yes, talk about the hole, I think this, yeah. Supposedly there's one on here, but I checked the boat. I swear I checked the boat. I swear! They put that sticker here, they patched it in after I was done with this, I swear! There used to be only 19 stickers, and then they patched this one in. I swear! Isn't this one of those Mockingbird stickers? I think that's the first time we've heard that song play when finding one. Oh, good eye, user. That's right, I found one stowed away on this very boat. By the way, that's Mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Great. Very cute. Might be the best one so far. Apparently, you're meant to read the characters behind him as Blizzard. Fuyuki, maybe. Huh. I guess there's more to these Mockingbirds than I thought. Yeah. But seriously, come on. I checked the boat. I swear, man! I swear! I can't believe my life has been entirely ruined. By the vicious, evil developers of this game. That viciously and evilly placed a sticker in the boat after I checked it. Definitely what happened. No chance that I checked the bird in some other chapter and then didn't check it again here or anything. That literally cannot be. I did not do anything wrong. I checked. It's the developer's fault. Anyway, number 16 is the last one. And that one is in Arnav's story. Here, apparently. Any particular point in there? Start in the Anno Town location. Once again, this cannot be real because I definitely checked. Come on, how is that possible? I definitely checked. I definitely checked, man. They are lying. Like the one in the water, fair. You know, the ocean is large, even that section of it that we had access to. It's, you know, I totally missed that one. Fair. What was the first one? Hidden in the shadows, kind of fair, you know, it was kind of hard to make out. I might have just missed it. Fair. But these two? No way! The developers, there were actually only 18 stickers in the game originally, and they patched these in just to fuck with me. Legend of Abe's Academy. Acquire a complete collection of Mockingbird stickers. Yeah, I did that. Because I'm good at finding shit. You found all 20 Mockingbirds. The Mockingbird Theater has been unlocked. Ooh. You got anything to say about that, girl? Weren't you further back when I last checked? Whatever. We're out of here. Seriously though, the developers definitely did that on purpose, just to mess with me. All mockingbirds discovered! Oh, they are the best friends. Well, let's watch Mockingbird Theatre, I guess. And then maybe we'll read through all of these. Oh, he's in the middle of all of this. And he's the one that she loves, which makes sense because look at this guy. So cute. Lots of friends, lots of enemies. Wow. Mockingbird Theatre, curtain call. Haha. Adorable. Well, well, looks like the sun's shown his big bright mug. Guess it's time then. Time to head to school! This little bird is tit for tat, a rough and tumble first year at Aves Academy. His multiple acts of wanton feather-plucking violence finally earned him a suspension that ended just yesterday. Any further trouble, roughhousing, truancy, or otherwise is bound to spell his expulsion. Will Tit for Tat be able to rein in his short-tempered belligerence enough to make it to school without incident? Uh-oh. Blues Cruise. That's also one of the last ones we found. Tit for Tat, just in time. Here to give my tunes a listen. Well, if it ain't Blues Cruise, the best belter on the beach. I'd love to stay and listen, but I've got a haul tail feather today. No fear, it'll only take a minute of your time to hear my latest tunes, freshly hatched too, what do you say? New beats, do you say? Now this I gotta hear. Come on then, pour your soul out for me. Oh dear, it seems Tit for Tat has gotten distracted already. Will he really be able to get to school on time? I thought I was gonna make decisions here. 20 minutes later, uh-oh, that's a long time when you're on your way to school. And that's a wrap. Ha ha. Phew, that was what? What was that? 20 encores I called for? I couldn't help myself. Your passion for the speech skewered me through my little bird heart. Glad to hear it. This is a special spot for us ocean outlaws, you know. All we want is a place to stretch our wings and have a good time, but things have been a bit dicey around here lately. Trouble brewing in the neighborhood, is there? Some vicious little punks been tearing their way through everyone's turf recently. Folks calling them the Savage Snowball. What? All that happened while I was stuck at home? And what's with that half-plucked excuse for a name? Don't you worry, our albatross boss has a heart as big as his wingspan. I bet he'll sort it all out for us. Heh, it's nice to have good buddies to rely on. Wouldn't mind meeting the big bird myself sometime. Anyway, I gotta fly. I can't be late on my first day back. Did you really make it like get out with enough time to spare to have 20 minutes wasted? Must have really been looking forward to it. It seems Tit for Tat is finally on the road to school. His early rise means that he still has some time to spare, but the clock is ticking. Good morning, Tit for Tat. Looks like your suspension's finally over, eh? Tut and Teal. If it ain't Tut and Teal from next door, what's got you out here so early? Practicing your festival dance? It's not for a festival, silly. We're the step dancing stars, the bamboo breakers, and this pedestrian zone is our stage. Don't blame me when the other members get mad at you if you keep getting it wrong on purpose like that. Is that the bird that likes him in the foreground blurred out, or is that just something in the foreground that isn't supposed to have, bring your attention to it? Hold it right there. The jiving Javas. These perfectly synchronized shouts. Damn. It's the twin leaders of the bamboo breakers, the jiving Javas. So the punks thinks he can, but he knows he's damn straight. The three of us together, we take the sweet people stickers. Yeah, 20 minutes later. Maybe they were supposed to be rapping, but I couldn't even see the rhymes or anything because that was way too short. Tit for tat, we challenge you to a dance-off. And if we win, you have to join the Bamboo Breakers. Well, I can't deny the strength of your passion. Get ready to kick up your heels. You've got yourselves a dance-off. Your feather brains were talking so much the text box couldn't keep up. Who said you could run your beaks like that, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to fight? You got one. Hope you're ready to be turned into pillow-stuffing punks. Ouch. Tit for tat, you stop that right now. You can't afford to be late today, right? Leave these two to me and get to school. Ouch. But thanks. Heh, you're one tough bird, Tuttenteel. But I appreciate you knocking some sense into me. I'll pay you back for this, I swear. Wow. Real, friendship between outcasts and stuff. Sure thing. Let's go eat those pellets everyone's been talking about later. Wait, what about our sticker debut? Our hero suffered quite the holdup, but luckily no feathers ended up flying in the end. Not yet, anyway. And now the school gates are straight ahead. Will he make it through them before the bell tolls? Tit for tat, you're finally here. Lil Blue, you've been waiting here for me this whole time? Oh, I knew you were my best bud for a reason. You're seriously cutting it close, though. Don't tell me you slept on your way on your first day back. Slept in, probably. Nope, I got up with the sun like a good early bird. Just had to go through a whole song and dance on the way, that's all. Just because you were an early bird doesn't mean you have time to spend catching worms, man. Heh, no time for worms today. I did snack on a few bugs along the way, though. Took about 20 minutes, but I gobbled them all up. Who's that, huh? Making their presence sort of known. That's also one of the ones we just collected today. You might as well have gone for the worms at that rate. Anyway, let's get through the gates before they close. Come on. I've had it up to my crest with this shitbird. We're settling who the biggest bird on the block is right here, right now. Huh? What's all this about? Oh, damn. Oh no, of all the birds. It's the leader of the Ocean Outlaws. The charismatic cruiser, Albatross Boss. We heard about him. And the leader of Rebel's Roost, the Ashen Assassin, Don Heron. And his best friend, I think. Why are the two neighborhood big shots squaring off over pecking order in front of our school? And why are we losing our shit? And still, who's that? And right in the middle of our turf, Tit for Tat's gonna bust a gasket. Oh man, he's quivering with rage already. It's only a matter of time before he blows. Uh-oh. Heh, I'm only pulling your flipper, mate. Don't worry, I'm just gonna have a little talk with him. What? You want to talk things out? With my fists, yeah. I hear that Albatross Boss is the understanding type, and besides, if I made feathers fly here, I wouldn't be able to flock together with my chums and Blue's brutal beaks anymore. Flying the roost and leaving your mates high and dry ain't what chums are about. Birds of a feather, that's us. Wow. Cool as a cassowary. That's our tit for tat. A bit much with the bird-eye idioms, but still poignant. I was willing to give you and your flighty flock a pass up to now. But you all act like you're the cock of the walk. I think it's time to show you ocean outlaws who really rules the roost around here. He said all that with fish in his mouth. Ready when you are done. Just say the word and we'll clip their wings for good and all. The Turninator. And the Gullfather, huh? Rebel's Roost. More like Rebel's Roost. The last bird who found you impressive was the way of the... what went the way of the dodo years ago. Isn't that right, boss? A man of few words. Hey, you lot! How about you clear out and go squawk at each other somewhere else? You're disrupting classes. Huh? Who's this little puffball? Puffball fledgling! Damn, he blew the gasket quickly. Go back to your nest and hide in your eggshell, fledgling. Got a problem with long-tailed tits, do ya? Well, this bullshit bush tits had enough of your shit. Oh man, his temper's as short as ever. As short as him, haha. He snapped like a twig with too much weight on it. I'll tear out your feathers and decorate my nest with them. You'll make a plucked parrot look pretty by the time I'm done with you. Damn. And there was blood everywhere. Well, they're all gone. But look, the clock didn't move at all, so no time passed. Amazing, he tore through the local heavyweights like they were damp nesting material. But it looks like it ended too quickly to cause an uproar. Come on, let's go before the Cheesus notice. Those were some serious moves back there. Not that I'd expect anything less from the Savage Snowball himself. You were the Savage Snowball? Huh? What's that you called me just now? The Savage Snowball. Man, I wish I had a cool nickname like that too. Who are you calling the Snowball, punk? Yep, you're flying off the handle again? And so tit for tat's legendary rampage began. It lasted until well after the day had ended. And ended up landing him a full-fledged expulsion from Abe's Academy. Oh, the end. And now I can rewind time and make choices to change things. No, I can't. I'm gonna try again just to see if there's, a second episode or Mockingbird 3 or Curtain Call. So it starts on the beach. Yeah, seems like it's the same thing. Alright, I guess now we'll read through all these profiles. I kind of was wondering if all of the characters would show up in Mockingbird Theatre, but no. But we don't know their relationship. I guess we'll find out if we read their entries. Let's start with this guy. The top troublemaker of Blue's brutal beaks, a gang of delinquents from Abe's Academy who have recently been wreaking havoc throughout the region. Despite his cute, snowball-like appearance, he's both fierce, tempered, and ruthlessly territorial. And the force with which he flies at anyone who messes with the gang's turf is more like a bullet than a snowball. A snowball with a rock in it. These lonely buddies. But apparently they also have a gang, so it's not as lonely as I thought. The Turninator. Little turn. The captain of the raid team for the Rebels' Roost delinquent crew, although the sight of him skimming the water during his daring dives is awe-inspiring in itself, he also commands the respect of the rest of the gang for being the first one to gain the trust of their maverick leader, Don Harrow. The maverick leader of the tight-knit delinquent crew Rebels' Roost. Temperamental by nature, he often flares the impressive crest on his head to intimidate intruders on his turf. Although long-term rivals with the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang, also known as Hoolie Gang, in recent days he's also found his feathers ruffled by the increasingly bold antics of Blue's brutal beaks, pushing his patience to the limits. And he just squared off with this guy. Albatross Boss. The leader of the Ocean Outlaws, a gang of hooligans who soar around the skies of a seaside town. His imposing size and taciturn demeanor have won the admiration of many birds, leading to his influence growing by the day. However, the truth is, he's really not thinking of much at all. His silence just happens to be interpreted in a flattering light by those around him. That good old classic thing. So I guess he sees him as a best bud, but he actually doesn't like him. That's sad. Another result of his not speaking his thoughts, actually. You didn't show up. Gull and Roses. A member of the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang, usually found whiling away his days at the seaside, he has a tendency to suddenly show up whenever trouble begins brewing, just so he can stick his beak into the chaos. Despite being the only one to notice the lack of substance behind Albatross Boss's imposing demeanor, he finds it more entertaining than anything else, and has thus far elected to keep quiet about it. Is he giving, like, Kai from the first game vibes, or is that just me? Maybe these are all supposed to be? No, I don't think so. Like, you know, inspired by characters from the first or maybe both games. But probably not. Cloak and Plover. One of the many birds inspired to join the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang by the commanding presence of its leader, Albatross Boss. He's best known for his ability to quickly blend into the background. I wonder if he was in the theater, but I didn't see him because he blends in so well. So much so that no one is entirely sure when exactly he joined the gang. Maybe he's a fake. He's not a bird. He's a mole. Booby Bravo. You know, it's fun that there's a booby and a tit. Just thought I'd mention that. A steadfast senior member of the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang. And from now on, whenever I see that, I'm just going to call them a hooligan, okay? Accustomed to living in a group, he's quick to step in and smooth things over whenever he hears of a dispute erupting among the gang's ever-growing ranks. Second to none in his loyalty to their leader, he's quick to tell him whenever he finds a promising new feeding ground. What a homie. Blues Cruise. A singer-songwriter in charge of producing pumping tracks for the Ocean Outlaws hooligan. He can be found at the same spot every day, jamming to his repertoire of songs. He's recently hit it off with Tit for Tat, who admires his work, but he remains unaware that his new fan is a notorious delinquent. Right, he mentioned the snowball, but didn't know that it was him. Boo, boo, boo. I kind of want to keep this mystery until the end, so let's not reach, you know, him, even though he's connected to this. This guy's just kind of hanging out in the middle by himself, so is this guy. Can Do Toucan. Haha. An easygoing and affable member of the hoodlum band Blues Brutal Beaks. Okay, so he's a member of the gang. Or a gang, rather. He deftly carries out various tasks with his large beak. His conspicuous beak and a strange way of flying tend to make him the target of rowdy birds looking to pick a fight, and it was during one of these altercations that Tit for Tat came to his rescue, leading to the two hanging out together. Wow. Mincin Minus. A chirpy and cheerful member of Blues Brutal Beaks hoodlum band. Sadly, I can't make a cool hoodland or whatever, that doesn't work as well, so it'll just have to be the Beaks hoodlum band. Having taken a liking to Tit for Tat and his rambunctious ways, he spends his time regaling anyone who will listen with tales of Tit for Tat's exploits, made all the more colorful by his skill at mimicry. A habit which has only contributed to the diminutive delinquent's infamy. He's the bard. I love the song. Especially this part with the fucking flute. The recorder. The leader of the hoodlum band Blues Brutal Beaks, albeit in name only. The son of Aves Academy's board chairman, he turned to delinquency in defiance of his father, who refuses to accept Tit for Tat, the very first friend he ever made. What a shame. Although small in stature and timid by nature, those who have seen him cornered tell a different story, describing his berserk behavior as that of a bird possessed. Yeah. And we met this guy too. Tatten Teal. A senior member of the Bamboo Breakers dance team, she was scouted after they were inspired by her lightning-quick movement when rocketing upwards in surprise at the music blasting from a boombox. Having been next nest neighbors with Tit for Tat since they were hatchlings, the two remain good friends to this day. Childhood friends, wow. But actually, she doesn't only love him, she also loves her. Wow. Polyamorous and bi. What a queen. I guess, wait, there's also a double arrow here, so. Wow, what a queen. They don't like him. The jiving Javas. The twin leaders of the Bamboo Breakers dance team, these sprightly sparrows charm everyone with their perfectly synced partner dances. Particular about keeping clean, they always set aside break time for baths, even during performances. The recent rise of junior member Tit for Tat has caught them off guard, and the two now view him as their rival in adorableness. Something which Tit for Tat has not noticed at all. Sorry, I gotta say, this Tit is cuter than you guys. Kiting Killer, the strategist of the Rebels' Roost delinquent crew. He can often be seen circling the skies over their territory, ever on the lookout for intruders. Those unfortunate enough to be spotted by him will find themselves greeted by his signature dive bomb attack and grappling claws. He and Fastlane Frigate of the Bamboo Breakers dance team go way back, having fostered a mutual respect for each other's prowess during their sea racing days. Let's go read this guy. Fastlane Frigate. A die-hard sea racer most often found speeding across the surface of the ocean, this thrill-seeker was originally drawn to the danger of always being a wing beat away from a watery grave. After falling for Maverick Mandy at first sight, he joined the Bamboo Breakers dance team in a complete 180 from his usual ways. In recent days, he's often seen fumbling his way through unfamiliar dance moves and puffing up his bright red throat sack in an attempt to catch her eye. Duh, how cute. You go, guy. Let's see this guy. Maverick Manny. A member of the Bamboo Breakers dance team, this lucky duck is envied for far and wide as the man who stole the heart of Maverick Mandy. The two are now a pair of lovebirds anyone would envy, or so he thinks. In reality, the only time they can be called that is during their extravagant dances, and he remains blissfully unaware of her frequent flings. Oh no. A fact that everyone else on the team has already noticed. Oh shit. That's not as nice. Tango in Turkey. A dapper dancer on the Bamboo Breakers dance team, known for his fleet footwork and vibrant displays of tail feathers, having originally harbored dreams of days spent flocked by adoring fans. The current situation, with Team Darling Maverick Mandy as the apple of everyone's eye, has him gnashing his beak in frustration. Envy. So ugly a trait. Maverick Mandy. The darling of the Bamboo Breakers dance team, as fickle as she is flirtatious, her tendency to toy with birds other than her current beau, causes relationships within the team to become more tangled by the day. Her heart is easily stolen by birds with unexpected sides. And the most recent object of her affection include a bad boy with a cute face and a girl who dominates the dance floor with her tempestuous moves. I guess that's gotta be these two. Well, but, you know, first him and then her. You know, anyway. And that just leaves this mysterious combination. The Gullfather. The second in command of the Ocean Outlaws hooligan gang. This sharp-feathered bird is instantly recognizable by the chic black band on his tail feathers. Vestigial, I guess? Beneath his sunglasses, his sharp, red-rimmed eyes are constantly focused on the top spot in the gang, and these ambitions have led him to scheme with others in an attempt to exploit any cracks they can find in Albatross Boss's overwhelming charisma. Well, I guess good thing this guy isn't, friends with him. And then I guess they are co-conspirators or something? Buzzboozler. A wanderer who wends his way into town each spring, seemingly appearing out of nowhere. In truth, he is a secret member of the Rebels' Roost delinquent crew, and a fearless fighter. Taking advantage of the ambitions of the Gullfather, the sharp-witted schemer of the Ocean Outlaws, he's plotting to upend the current power balance of the Mockingbird world. Ooh. So he's like the Revolver Ocelot of the gang. And he thinks, he's like the liquid, right? He thinks he's in charge, but in reality he's getting played as well. And all that. I think I've summarized this perfectly now. Yeah. Right, I don't think I missed anybody. Yippee! We got all the birds! Mission complete. Alright, let's see. Now let's see if how conceivable it is to get the remaining achievements that I don't have yet. I have 23 out of 29. But first let me have a sip of my chalky milk. One of them is earn all other achievements. So obviously that's gonna happen automatically if I get the others. Complete the story is one of them. I guess I'm missing one ending, so that's probably that. I'm guessing I have at least one achievement, or I'm missing at least one achievement, where you can die somewhere and I didn't. Because I'm just too good at games, you know. But I guess I'll click on these achievements just to, you know, or unhide them, but they are marked as spoiler. Phone alone, be terrible at picking up the phone. I did wait quite some time when the phone rang. So I wonder what I could have done, but I guess we know where to go with that at least. So let's start there. If I can find the scene though. That has to be Sato, and it's here? Maybe before that? I want to say it's before this, but it could be this. I guess we'll start from the beginning. Phone's quiet now. That implies that we've gotten the phone call already. Everyone knows that I can't die? Okay, that's... yeah, okay. I was right, that it must have been before that. Sacrifice? I guess it could be sacrifice. I want to say it happened after the confession thing, though. Let's see. Like after she was all sad. Wakamoto residence, probably, right? Ah. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I guess I'd save you. Because maybe I am supposed to click on the phone, but just do something else with it. No. Maybe I just gotta say no a bunch of times. I did it twice, I think, last time, so let's try a third time now. Sato? Why are you rolling? Okay, no, we've seen that before. That's not new. Sato, the phone's ringing. Yeah, I guess it is. Shouldn't you get it? Nah. I guess I should. I'm not really sure. Well, don't look at me. What do you normally do? Normally I pick it up. It's the least I can do while staying here. Well, there you go. Just pick it up then. Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense. No. Wait, are you one of those people who lets the phone ring for a while before picking it up? Worried people will think you've got too much free time on your hands or something? Never. What? How did you... I can't believe I didn't talk to her like that last time when I did this. No, that's not it. Sometimes when you pick up too fast, it startles people, so I wait on purpose. Okay, so haven't we waited long enough? No, just a bit more. Letting it ring a little shows you were being thoughtful. If you wait this long and then pick up all of a sudden, I feel like that's gonna startle them too. It's a decent point, but... I mean, don't you hate picking up the phone? Yes. This one in particular is giving me a real bad feeling. Oh. It should. Well, I guess I do get where you're coming from. Wanna just ignore it? Maybe, but even though I have a bad feeling about it, I still feel like we really should get it. Yeah, same. Something about it is bugging me. Still, if it stops ringing just before I pick up, then that's just fate, right? If they hang up, that's that. We were destined to not hear the call. So let's get this straight. You're worried about the call, but also too scared to pick up? That's right, that might be the case, if only there were someone a little braver than me. I refuse. I didn't say you. Yeah, but you implied it. I don't want to get it either. Something doesn't feel right about it. Damn. Damn, I can't believe I missed all this. Usually I talk to everyone and all that, but damn, somehow I didn't. Alright, fine. I'm scared, but I'll do it. I'll pick it up. No, wait, I can't let you get involved. It's too dangerous. I'll do it. You know, knowing that what we know, that it is really a dangerous call, does make sense, but assuming that, you know, you wouldn't know, and that you just think it's a normal call, then this is pretty funny. Oh, okay, go ahead then. Wait, you tricked me. Haha. This guy says too smart. You know, I really thought if we kept this up, they'd hang up, but man, talk about persistent. Must be really important if they've waited this long. Maybe it's time to actually answer it? Yeah. Haha, be terrible at picking up the phone. Nailed it. Must be really important if they waited this long. Okay, but it's still not showing me the check mark. So Gessa keeps glancing at the phone with concern. Well, it's someone else's house. Can't blame her for being curious. Well, I guess before I leave here, I might as well check some other achievements. Maybe there's more for this one. Probably not, though. Reach Anne of Barnum's ending. Yep, that's the one we're missing, I think. And I think I have an idea how to get it, but let's check the next one too. Reach Anne of Barnum's bad ending. Oh, okay. There's two. Then find the North Star. Huh. That must be in a specific scene then. Maybe the one where we were also supposed to point out the other stars in that one scene. Because I've, like, you know, tried to hover over many stars throughout the game and it never showed an interaction thing. And I think I also just clicked the button a bunch of times sometimes. But maybe I just never found that one in particular. But that one I'd probably have to use a guide for or something. Though it's part of the, like, Big Dipper or something, isn't it? I might be able to find it, but I'm not an expert. Anyway, let's get out of this ringing ass bullshit. And save once more, just because. Then I guess we'll do something I don't really want to do. But I think we'll need to get his ending. Why can't I? Hello? Oh, right. Sorry. No, sorry. Alright, I gotta point out the symbol. Wait, okay, wait. Dang. Okay, I gotta go back to the part before that, because it saved us not having the card anymore. I guess I don't even need to throw away the mirror then though, right? If we're trying to, you know, let ourselves be victims or whatever anyway. Or not. Or maybe this is an ending too. I'm not sure if we ever actually died here. But then it wouldn't have let me sped through this, would it? Things seem to be going quite smoothly right up until Kikuko's true nature was exposed. The only one who can stop Kikuko from committing those murders is Mr. Barnum. Well, that's the one I'm trying to find right now, and the bad enemy, I guess, but... Yeah, Avi's a great character, so... I'm interested in seeing where it goes or how it goes. But also, hello! Committing those murders is Mr. Barnum, after all. However, it appears you were holding on to something that... Yeah, I know. I would recommend you... Do not fret, you may start from... I know. I just thought it would be okay anyway. Right? Like, I don't, like, if I throw away the card as well, then we can't, you know, turn it into a fish. So I'm guessing that won't lead to his ending. So, how do I achieve that again? Maybe I gotta, right now, I gotta talk to you, maybe? Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. And then we talk some more, I guess. I've got you in my sights. We good? We're good. Probably. And then we'll go back to the box. Then she finds out we have the business card. Talk about Ikoma. And then she protects us, and then we have to kill her. It's self-defense! It's not my fault! And now, I guess I'll have him hold on to the box, I guess? Oops. Not the body, but the face. Nuh-uh. I didn't want to thank one. Oops, I lied. Aha. Aha. I was right! An exciting Isashima adventure. Yippee. Abi and Cersei managed to keep the Tamatebako safely in their possession and leave Kamishima to search for Kippe Ekoma. Now where's this gonna go? Because he's not gonna be out there anymore. And so Cersei, Abi, and Abi made their way back to Toba in search of Kippe Ekoma. Thanks for the recap. Who are you talking to? Feels more exciting this way, doesn't it? Huh, you might be right. She's learning to agree to our eccentricities. But it seems like we've just missed him. Even though he claimed he's afraid of the ocean. The people at the port said he left for Kamishima on a chartered boat. There are no more ferries today, so we have no way of getting back to the island. We could swim. I'm afraid there's not much else we can do. Well, as long as we've got the Tamatebako, there might be another chance someday. Cersei, what's wrong? Did the mermaid flesh still get teleported in there? I don't know, but the Tamatebako is giving off a strange spiritual energy. Oh, I did notice it felt a bit heavier than before. Let's take a look. Huh? There's something inside. Huh? Something that just appeared inside? What's this? There's a apostrophe S missing, I think. But whatever. A chunk of flesh. My goodness, could this belong to a mermaid? Wait, what? Is it real? It exudes an incredible spirit energy. Whatever it is extraordinary. Doesn't this feel too good to be true, though? It could be a trap or a curse. Wahahaha, I actually found it! The gods haven't forsaken me after all. I am the gods. Thank you, world, I accept your gracious offering. Yeah, are you seriously going to eat a chunk of mystery meat just like that? What's wrong with you? Well, I mean, it's his dream. Well? Not particularly good. Very watery, not much fat, and no real texture. But it's not too fishy, so fried Meunier style it might not be half bad. That's all well and good, but I wasn't asking about the taste. I'm not planning on trying any. Well, not like you have a chance. How do you feel? Is immortality setting in? I don't feel any different. Want me to stab you or something? I mean, that would be a practical way of finding out. Whoa, slow down. What if it didn't work? I just suffer a painful skewering for nothing. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure painful things will still hurt you even when you're immortal.
And as far as I understand it, an immortal body doesn't regenerate unless you're fatally wounded.
In that case, I must politely decline. I'm not the biggest fan of pain, you see. Relatable. Anyway, I'm sure I'll find out if it worked one day. And the fact that we got a hold of that, of the Tamatebako was already worth the trip. You know, thinking about it. Obviously now he's gonna be in his 40-year-old body, and you know, like, it looks pretty healthy and stuff. That's a solid age still. But like, physical changes can still occur. Like, you know, if you don't die, your wounds and stuff would still show. But I guess whenever he dies and revives, his beard would also regrow, right? So if he wanted to shave and the next day have a beard again, he could just kill himself and then have a beard again. It would be like lots of people would be jealous of that. Probably. I don't know.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
And that concludes Abi and Cersei's exciting Isashima adventure. Thanks for reading, everyone.
He's narrating again.
You know, maybe he knew all along. Maybe it wasn't just an eccentric personality. Maybe he really knew that we were playing. He's the only one who really knows. Well, now, I suppose I'll be going back to the US. What about you, Cersei?
I think I'll keep exploring the key region for a little while longer. I was thinking of paying a visit to Kumano Gungan.
That was the deity of the Kumano region, right?
That's the one. Actually, it's a collective term for the deities enshrined in the 3 grand shrines known as the Kumano Sansan.
Okay, well, that's one of his endings, but how do you get the... If this is the good one, how do you get the bad one? Maybe if you don't have the Tamatebako and... No, but we've had that. No, I mean, if you haven't killed her, but keep the... I guess, yeah, no, I guess I haven't... had him have the Tamatebako... Right, I guess her dying didn't have anything to do with this. So maybe this is the bad ending? Even though I don't really know how that would make a difference. I mean, I'll try, you know... Not yet. First I'll try just... You know, not having her die. Even though that didn't seem to have any influence on this. And thus, after obtaining the flesh of a mermaid, Avi's wish came true, and he was granted an 800-year lifespan. However... okay. Soon after, right, I guess, yeah. She gets found, Yumiko's like, yep, there's an immortal guy going around and he killed somebody. Soon after, Abi was detained at the airport by the Paranormal Affairs Bureau under suspicion of murdering Kikuko Tsutsui with a curse. I mean, it was self-defense though. It was the mangled half-fish remains of Kikuko Tsutsui washed ashore on the coast of Toba that brought the crime to light. Also, she ended up, like, fishifying a lot less than everyone else that we saw. Somehow she died faster, I guess. So she ends up looking much more like a mermaid. Abi fought back furiously, yelling and demanding he get a lawyer and saying he refused to talk. He did everything he could to avoid conviction. In the end, the case never went to court. However, citing the rule that 800-year mortals must be sealed away, a decision was made. From that day on, Arnulf Barnum, the cheerful fantasy novelist, was never seen in public again. What a shame for the public, especially. Yeah, it was self-defense. But I guess the rule still is that, you know, 800-year mortals are to be detained, even if he wasn't a killer. But I'm assuming, you know, if she isn't found dead, then Yumiko at least wouldn't go on the hunt. Return of Barnum's bad ending. Okay. In that case, I'm pretty sure that what I had planned anyway is gonna be right. Throw it away. And throw it all away. We threw it away, right? Yeah. And then we talk to you still. And then we talk to you. And then we talk about the box. And then talk to you again. Yeah. And then we talk about the stone. And we have the upper hand. The box. Talk about Ikoma. We don't have the card though, haha. There. And now we go back here. Again. Resume, I guess? I guess I'll go to the beginning because I'm not sure if this will take me where I want. I guess I might as well try, why not? And thus, after obtaining the flesh of a mermaid, Abi's wish came true, and he was granted an 800-year lifespan. A man like him, who constantly seeks out new adventure, would most assuredly never encounter a dull day in those 800 years. Living his life to the fullest, he traveled the world in an everlasting search of thrilling mysteries and marvels. In the mid-21st century, his novel The Tale of Never-Ending Youth, which was inspired by his own experiences, became a surprise worldwide hit. The live-action adaptation by a major US studio proved a major success, spawning a merchandise and a theme park that made him a wealthy man. Wow. Always smiling until his final days, he proudly proved that even after 800 years, not all glory is doomed to fade. In the 27th century, he wrote the following words in his journal. The world keeps on turning compared to its birth and the richness of its history. 800 years is far too short. Arnulf Barnum. And into the glory of Arnhem. Yay. He is quite the guy. Boom. Reach Arnulf Barnum's ending and complete the story. That's what I was thinking. Bada bada boom. Okay. Now, what am I still missing? Right, I gotta find the North Star. Where was that scene? That was with them. Arriving at Kamishima, maybe? No, I think that was before. Treasure hunt? Discovering the mermaid's... I'll just look it up. No, okay, I'll at least try to find the night scenery that I'm thinking of. And if I can't find that easily, first one might be it. I'm thinking it's gotta be one of these here in the back. But maybe it's this one, yeah. Nighttime. This sounds promising. That's the North Star! No. Let's see if I can find, like, the Big Dipper or something. I can't. Maybe I gotta wait until we get instructions to look for other stuff, but I feel like it should just be... It's you! It's not you, is it? No, it's just the night sky. Or maybe I guess we do, because otherwise it's all just treated as starry sky. Talk about constellations. Aha. Look at this star. And then we go up there to find this star, I guess. But let me see if I can find something else instead. Like that thing. That one? That one does stand out, but I'm afraid that's Arcturus from the Birds constellation. Plus you're looking in the wrong direction. Well, yeah, I'm trying to find something else. God, how utterly mortifying. Maybe if I... Whoops. Sorry. Are you that upset? Yes. Maybe if we check that file...
Where would it be? The summer triangle. Does that have the North Star drawn in? No. I don't think so. So let's just point out all the shiny stars that I can find. My eyes are discerning as belief to me, that's the one. Oh fuck, I accidentally found it. No! Oh, no, okay. So, supposed to find this one and look up. And then... I guess that's what I accidentally clicked on just now. No, we clicked on that one. No? Is that the one we're supposed to find already? I don't want to accidentally find it and be locked out of this and have to try again. I guess I'll save. Should have done that to begin with. Then I can freely click on anything I want. Like this. There, that must be it. Damn it. Well, then that's the last one, obviously, but... that means that's not the North Star, which then means the North Star is, of course... is, of course... God, it's just kind of weird looking through this. Oh, no. This funny guy, no? Maybe stay on the lower ends of the sky for now. Oh, no, that's just the surrounding. Maybe it doesn't get highlighted, and I have to just click on it anyway. But you know, when I click randomly, nothing happens. That would seem kind of off, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's in the Milky Way thing here. But I don't really know much about the North Star. This could be like the Dipper... it doesn't look special. Yeah, maybe. Because I think I've looked around enough to and seen all the special ones, but yeah. Isn't the North Star part of the Big or Small Dipper or something? But I can't find the Dipper anyway. Wait, maybe no. I think I might just need to check the internet. Because I don't know how to find it. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I guess I'll conduct a research about it. Or maybe I'll just try to find how to find the North Star in real life, and then I'll try to apply that. Find North Star in sky. There's a YouTube video. I don't want to click on that. How can you find hashtag Polaris, the North Star? It's easy. Website's gotta load. Why did you bring me... That was my mistake for clicking on a fucking Facebook link. God damn it. How about I try again? There. It's easy if you can locate the Big Dipper. Well, I can't. In the northern sky, you can find Polaris. A well-known trick for finding Polaris, the legendary North Star, is that the two outermost stars in the bowl of the Big Dipper point to it. So they're nicknamed the Pointers. Their real names are Dubé and Merrick. Great. But okay, I guess the North Star is not part of the Big Dipper, but it points there. I still haven't found the Big Dipper though. Okay, but it is part of the Little Dipper though. So, you know, I'm kind of right. Sort of, kind of. Maybe. I try finding a Dipper again. Like this could be a Dipper, but that looks like a small Dipper though. And then the North Star would be like this is like the Dipper part, and then the handle I guess would be that way. But if it's not that way, then I guess it would be either this way. Oh no, that's those ones, or that way. But I don't think that's it. It's definitely the most dippery looking thing I've seen, but it appears to not be the one. Maybe she'll tell me where north is again. Sky's zenith. Maybe this was north. I don't know. I think usually the Big and or Small Dipper are pretty easy to spot in the night sky. So the fact that I can't seem to find them here makes me wonder. Maybe it's here? No. Whatever, I'll just look for the game info. Paranormasight, North Star. Achievement guide, North Star. Arna's first chapter, yeah, we're there, so that's right. When prompted to examine the sky, find the North Star, no shit, which is a selectable standard star that is on the same plane and to the right of the yellow-hued star. Okay, to the right of the yellow one. How far to the right? Ah! Found a star. Wow, okay, I cannot tell that this is part of, like... I can't see a Small Dipper here or anything. I would not have found this. I would never have found this. I mean, other than, you know, just fucking... doing this all day until I come across something. Jesus Christ. What's this? I do believe that star hasn't moved from its place in the sky in the slightest. Oh yes, that's the North Star. Sailors would use it to plot their course when at sea. But that said, no star would move that much in the span of a few minutes. Yeah, I was like, I don't think many of them really moved. You do know that, right? What? Find the North Star, we did it. We are masters and the Mermaid's Curse, earn all other achievements. Yay! Are you proud of me, Cersei? Yes, I am. Wow, she's so proud of me. Proud of Barnum. Everyone should be proud of Arnulf Barnum. Cool. We did it. Truly and completely completed the game. Where's the text and stuff here? Wait, no, that's the save thing, not the note thing. Okay, so this is still there. GG indeed. Well, that was pretty short. I guess I'll give some more thoughts on the game since that kind of came a little short when I finished yesterday. As I mentioned, I do really like the characters. All of these here are pretty good. I'd say the weakest out of these four is probably Yuza, but he's cool too. He's got a good sense of humor, you know. He's pretty funny. Sato similarly, but I'd say she's a little more eccentric and cute, so I like her more. She's very interesting, and he, of course, is a sight to behold. And then, of course, we have Tsukasa and Azami as two really good friend characters. Usually we get like one of them per game, if that. But here we have two, and one of them's a super cute girl too. Wow. The story, as I said, I'm not sure which I like better between the first and second game overall. It's hard to say, but they're both good, I guess. But I definitely think the first game hooks you into it better, especially at the start. And I also think the first game does a much better job with the puzzles, especially the meta kind of things, because it kind of sets up that you should be looking for meta things early when when the storyteller mentions the volume thing, and then it like pretty soon after that comes into play. Whereas in this game, none of the meta stuff happens until the very end. And then not only do I feel like they didn't set it up well, like as I said yesterday, if they had made you play this entire thing until he dies basically, and then allowed you to go out, I think it would have left more of an impact, that with the entire head cut off and him dying thing. And then it might have been, more fair, I guess, to expect you to view things in a certain order. But since it was all like, okay, you go here and do this, then you go back into here and do this, then you go through all of this, and then you go back here and do all of this, and backwards, and then you come back here, and then he dies, and then you do all of this and stuff, makes it a lot harder to keep in mind that this might have been important, you know? So I think the meta stuff in this game is a little less fair, but it's still cool. Yeah, I really liked the meta stuff in the first game, because I did think also it was fair. Like, I read one comment after beating it, somebody being like, man, the fucking voice volume thing was bullshit, man, that's what... But I thought that was really fairly set up. As I mentioned, like with the comment that the storyteller makes, and it happens so soon after he makes that comment, that, you know, like, I feel like almost nobody's gonna start up the game, read about that comment that he makes, and then like the 1 or 2 hours later that you have to use it, you know, that they wouldn't be playing until then anymore. And even if they hadn't, it might still be lingering in their mind. But it's so soon that I definitely feel it's fair. And then after that, you are geared to expect weirdness like that. Here it's it's not as clever. Well, no, that's not wrong. That's not right. I think the title screen thing is really clever. It's just really hard to think of, given you don't have much you know, you don't really have much pointing to it, I guess. I think the save game thing is not great. Like, I just stumbled upon it randomly after a lot of fumbling. And I also read some comments about, you know, stuff and stuff. And it turns out, I guess this is kind of hinted at when Yumiko pulls Yuza to the side and is like, oh, maybe you can remember it somehow. And the remember part is written in yellow or something. But like that is once again just one of those things that just kind of happens when you still have other things to do and all that. So I didn't pay that much mind. That could be a skill issue. But yeah, that one I don't think is all that good. But the mermaid on the title screen, that is really clever. I wish it had been a little more hinted towards, like if you had just seen a glimpse of what Sobai looks like or something, so you could have more of an association of, oh, that mermaid could be her or something, and not just, oh, hey, there's something on the main screen, maybe. But it's still a really clever thing. You mean the one with the box where you have to change the scenery to fit the box's outlines and stuff? That wasn't that was just a in-game puzzle, right? There wasn't anything meta about that, but yeah, that was a decent one. Oh, you mean like just in general, you like Abby and Cersei and then the backgrounds, yeah. Yeah. They do a good job with the visual style, I guess, that they chose. The 2D art and the, like, I guess, photos that have been drawn over or whatever they did, I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, Kamishima is completely made up, so that wouldn't have been... I mean, I guess they could have just taken real-life locations, made photos of them, edited or drawn over them, and then been like, yep, this is Kamishima. But, whatever. Point is, it all has a really good sense of realism, I guess. Like, this could really be places in Japan and whatnot. And the art style of the characters is nice. And yeah, as I said, Avi and Cersei are great characters. And yeah, the thing about the player, quote-unquote, being Yuza also, I had real trouble thinking of that. Because for one, as I said, I think it would have been a lot easier to think of if they had, you know, made you play until he dies, basically loses his head, and then, you know, allowed you to do other stuff again. That, like, maybe they didn't want to do that because that's how the first game handled it, and they wanted to do things differently, and I respect that. But I just didn't really have an inkling that we could be him, because that is like the only part that really hints towards it, like where he loses his head and then later it gets mentioned, yo, what if you lose your head? And it's like, oh, consciousness, something. Like, it's hinted at, so it's not completely unfair. But I don't know, it just wasn't in my mind at all. And I think with different pacing or spacing or something, it would have probably been easier to guess. But once again, you know, skill issue, I guess. I was gonna say something else. I guess the game's also, like, you know, a lot less scary and spooky than the first one, but that's not really a criticism, that's just, you know, a difference. Though it still has some spooky moments. This song here is the best. Great job. It's amazing. Though I guess, you know, this time we only got like 1 or 2 comments from characters about the Mockingbird stickers. And none of them were ever as enthusiastic and or informative as what Kai told us in the first game. Now, of course, he also only had comments for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something out of the bunch. But it was still, you know, more. So, shame on this game, 0 out of 10. Not enough bird sticker content. I mean, I guess they kind of made up for it with the Mockingbird Theater. And I don't think you had these entries, like the lore in a menu for the stickers in the first game. So I guess actually, just kidding, 10 out of 10 game. I also kind of like... I was kind of expecting this game to end in a similar way to the first one, where in order to prevent all of the disasters, we kind of have to undo everything. And, you know, nobody remembers, or only one person remembers, blah blah blah. But I'm glad that's not the case. That does mean that some characters did die. You know, like this dude here to the right. But, you know, none of them were our favorite characters, so it's not that bad. And hey, I mean, you know, consequences are fine. And, like, for that, we got a really positive ending. Also, I guess that's right, I wanted to rewatch this here, now that we have all the context, and see what that scene now feels like. Hey, Asami, Yuza, over here. Good timing, I just got back too. Well, Tsukasa, how'd it go? Hey, not too shabby if I do say so myself. I love that mouth. Check this out, 2 whole scallops. Seriously, Tsukasa? You don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops? Sure I do. That was hard work. You should be praising me. I'm gonna praise you, Tsukasa. Good job. Say, Yuza, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 96, I think. I guess it keeps track, yeah. I think, I don't remember how much it was when we first viewed this, but I think it was less. Quite a bit less, maybe. No way! Are you kidding me? Guess there's a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving. I think this line might not have been there either, right? I guess now that we've reached a high rank and done all that kind of good shit. That might have changed the dialogue, I'm not entirely sure. But I want to say that it's the case. We are officially the patron saint of diving now. Ah, dang it. Now my cover's blown. That'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Tsukasa, don't let this get you down. You'll improve over time. Man, I've been diving way longer than you, but you're better than me already. Some people are just born to be armor divers. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. True. You always know the best thing to say, Sato. But for the record, I would have preferred a bigger haul of scallops. More than 96? I guess 98 in total? Then we could have had a feast. Dude, we have almost 100! Heh, I guess I should have seen that coming. So, what's the plan for today? Remember, Tsukasa, it's up to you. Right, we promised we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen. Hehe, now that's more like it, because she's leaving, I guess. For the mainland to go back to school. And since, you know, both Yuza and Sato are now going to be fine, there's no reason for them to get privileges, I guess. Let's see, first of all, I want us all to go for a swim in the sea. Oh, sounds great. Can't even remember the last time we did something like that, just for fun. Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even bought a new swimsuit for this. You've got one picked out too, right, Sato? Sure do. Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. Oh, fireworks. And then let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we've caught today. Sounds like a plan. Let's just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Let's do this. Ah, there's a shark, and it's coming this way. Better watch out, Azami. That was a close one, Azami. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. Ha ha ha. It's okay, I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you can. And here, take this fin as something to remember me by. Keep it with you always. Sorry, user, I don't really dig shark fins that much. Ah, my heart. Look at the sea, it's like there are diamonds floating on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. He's talking about Azami. No, I don't know. I don't think she sparkles much. No, she does. Aw, that shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a lifebuoy. But he's having such a blast, I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. Maybe later. You have lots of time together after all. There's the night sky. Let's find the North Star again. No, let's not. One grilled squid coming right up. Ah, don't throw it. It's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch the... Ow, 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 that's hot. You did that to yourself. Hey, check out this huge sea snail I caught. It's massive. That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. So, eat up, Asami. Have as many as you want. Look at them. Subtly doing couple things, maybe, kind of. Hey, can I borrow that lighter? Sure. Want some squid, too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kamishima's specialty. Firework-style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? Ah, the juice is going everywhere. It burns. Whoops, sorry. My hand slipped. Ho ho ho. There it is, the famous Yuza one-man show. But it's a two-person show now. Because their chemistry is off the charts. Yep. Ooh. I think, I think we can accept that both this and this are both canon somehow. It's like spirit magic, the mermaid flesh with the box gets sent to both this place and that one at the same time, and it just works out. That's the real reality of reality, if you ask me. But yeah, now I don't have anything else left to do in this game. And it's only been 1.5 hours. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's, that's how it works. As long as we don't question it, it's true. By the way, the achievement for the North Star is called Twinkle of the North Star. I don't think I read that one out. For some reason, here on Steam, in the global achievements view, it says 0.0% for all of the achievements. So nobody has ever gotten any of the achievements, me included. I suppose everything we've seen so far has been fake. Maybe if I reload it. Nope. Maybe if I hit F5 in this menu. Nope. What? I suppose the achievement tracker is broken or something. I don't want your viewers, you stupid bot. Curse of Tomoshige on that bot. Was Tomoshige the name? Yeah. I verify. Submit report. Block this user. Wonderful. Oh, by the way, you used the umlaut correctly, but if you do that, you don't need the E after the So either you use the regular O with the E, or you just use the Ö. Okay. We did it. Do I I don't know, do I stream something else now because it's only been 1.5 hours, or do I just end here? There's a demo for Polyfighter, which is like a roguelike fighting game. I could try that, I guess. See, this would have been another advantage of not playing the rest of the game yesterday for 8 hours, but breaking that into 2 pieces instead, and then I could have just added what I did today onto that, and then I would have this dilemma. But yeah, I guess I'll at least end the recording and maybe the stream, but probably for now the recording. Just so I can separate that into its own thing and add it to the Paranormasight playlist, so that it can be nice and neat in there. So I'm gonna thank you for watching, hanging out, and having a reality where both of the best endings coexist together with me, and you know, the reality of amazing bird sticker delinquency. 3 great realities coexisting. That's the way. So yeah, I hope you'll join me again sometime. Maybe right after this. Or maybe, you know, some other day, like tomorrow, for some other things. But many games that I have yet to play, and I'm sure I'm gonna find at least one of them to actually play. So yeah. Until we meet again, I say it's Karasama. Bye bye. Kinda.